Bhagwan Sri Ramana Maharishi said, "The realized man finds himself in others. They are not different from himself. With wise man he is wise, but with ignorant man he becomes ignorant. With children he will play, and with the learned he will be scholarly." The meditation on the Guru's face or form is only for beginners. The advanced disciples should concentrate inwards on the self. This is equal to meditating on the Guru, for he is one with the self. The self realized one is not to be regarded as an idler or lazy drone. His powers develop incessantly, and in course of time he may develop and manifest occult powers. If that is his karma, this will be merely a sort of sport for the Jnani in the objective world, as he has no interest or particular purpose to serve. But if his prarabdha is otherwise, the siddhis do not manifest, and the wise man who habitually and by nature rests in the Atma doesn't seek any other path. When one has realized a universal life current takes possession of him and uses him henceforth, his own separate will is gone. He becomes but an instrument in its hands. This is the real self surrender. This is the highest Kundalini. This is real bhakti. This is jnana. A realized one sends out waves of spiritual influence in his aura which draw many people towards him. Yet he may sit in a cave and maintain complete silence. We may listen to lectures upon truth and come away with hardly any grasp of the subject. But to come into contact with the realized one, though he speaks nothing, will give much more grasp of the subject. He doesn't ever need to go but among the public if necessary. He can use others as instruments. Devotee asked, "Is a guru needed for spiritual progress?" Bhagwan said, "Yes, but the Guru is within you. He is one with your own self. All lectures and books do little good and are of use only for beginners to point out on the way. The real service is done in meditation. One sitting still and silent, as mentioned in the poem by the Tamil saint Tayu Manvar, can influence a whole country. The force of meditation is infinitely more powerful than speech or writings. One who sits in silence, meditating on the self, will draw a whole lots of people to him without his going out to anyone. Even books like the Bhagavad Gita, Light on the Path, must be given up to find the self by looking within. Even the Gita says meditate upon the self. It doesn't say meditate upon the book, the Gita. Devotee asked, "Prajnananda has written me to ask you if he can become your disciple." Bhagwan said all these gurus and disciples exist only from the disciple's standpoint. To the self realized, there is neither guru nor disciple, only one self. The guru is the disciple only because you have the body consciousness. Do you regard him as separate? Devotee asked, "But a guru can give help." Bhagwan said, "Certainly, yes, he can help." Devotee asked, "Well, shall I faith and love towards you are all he needs to show?" Bhagwan said, "Yes, by repeated practice one can become accustomed to turning inward and finding the self. One must make incessant effort always until one has permanently realized. After that, all effort ceases. The state becomes natural, the Supreme takes possession of the man with unbroken current. Until it has become permanently natural, your habitual state, know that you have not realized the self, only glimpsed it. The soul that realizes the self may yet be connected with a working body, senses, and mind without, however, identifying itself with that body. Devotee asked, is there something to be transformed at initiation? Bhagwan said, transfer means eradication of the sense of being the disciple. The master does it, not that the man was something at one time and later metamorphosed into another. If the individual is sought, he is nowhere to be found. Such is the Guru, such is the Dakshina Murti. What did he do? He was silent. The disciples appeared before him. He maintained silence. The doubts of the disciples were dispelled, which means that they lost their individual identities. Such is the Guru and such is true initiation. That is jnana and not the verbiage usually associated with it. Silence is the most potent form of work, however vast and emphatic the Shastras may be, they fail in their effect. The Guru is quiet and peace prevails in all his silence and is more vast and emphatic than all the Shastras put together. These questions arise because of the feeling that having been here so long, heard so much, exerted so hard, I have not gained anything. The work proceeding within is not apparent. In fact, the Guru is one with always. Taya Manbar says, O Lord, coming with me all along, these birds, never abandoning me and finally rescuing me, such is the experience of realization. The Srimad Bhagavad Gita says the same thing in a different ways. We too are not only now but have ever been so. Hari Om Tat Sat.